11 of the Nagoya Basho. This is a man who's jumped back into the lead position along with Chiyotenzan and Asashoryu, all with 9 wins and 1 loss. Just behind them, Wakanoyama and Takanonami. Wakanoyama looking quite strong, but doubt somehow that he'll come through in the end to take the tournament. And Takanonami also there with him at 8-2, 8 wins and 2 losses. So this is a man, Masashi Maru, who seems likely to take the Yusho, the overall tournament win. Well, let's go to the first of our bouts on day 11 between Gojoro, one-time Makuuchi Rikishi, here fighting Chiyotenzan. Well, Gojoro's got some judo experience and in fact some kendo experience, but judo might help him a little bit in sumo, not very much. Kendo, of course, he's not allowed to take his kendo sword in the ring. So there, Gojoro wins that one. Very neatly done with a hikiotoshi, pulls him down, and that looks as if Chiyotenzan hurt his arm there at the end. Slightly awkward position as his body crashed down. So that was 8th loss for Chiyotenzan, makikoshi, and it was 8th win for Gojoro and kachikoshi. So opposite fortunes there for the 2 wrestlers. Now Asanowaka, well, there's a flamboyant character, or a once flamboyant character, who's been out of the Makuuchi division for some time now. So he's trying to do the changes on the tachiai, trying to move back and sidestep Aogiyama. There he goes. Well, he does it. So Aogiyama takes his 5th loss, and that was 7th win for Asanowaka. Up briefly from the Juryo division to make up the numbers. Jumonji, 150 kilos, that's a couple of kilos short of the average of these wrestlers, which is 152. Buyuzan, 162, a little bit over the top. These 2 have fought twice before, each has won once. Buyuzan powering in there. Well, he looks strong. He's obviously used to the bigger wrestlers. His own stable has got the Masashi Maru in it. Wakanoyama, Dejima, etc. So they're big, strong wrestlers. So he's used to that sort of power type sumo. So that's 8th win for Buyuzan and kachikoshi. Tokitsuumi, not a great salt thrower there. He fights now Hayateumi. Hayateumi with only 4 wins, Tokitsuumi with 5 wins. So these 2 are getting closer and closer to makikoshi. So both locking on the belt. Belt broken there, and as the hold is broken, as Hayateumi's hold is cut on the belt, Tokitsuumi hustles him out with yorikiri. Out we have Wakanoyama, Young Mountain, that's what his name means. He's fighting Jewel Island, Tamanoshima. These 2 have fought twice before, each has won once. Wakanoyama, heavier of the 2. And it's Tamanoshima who's got the belt there. He's got 7 wins so far, and that's just given him his 8th win and his kachikoshi. So that was done with a slap down, and it was 6th loss for Wakanoyama. Well, already Tamanoshima's doing better than his previous basho. He only had 5 wins before. One of the problems with getting kachikoshi, apart from getting more pay, is that, of course, the higher up you go the rankings, the tougher it gets. Now we have Daizen against Akinoshima. Well, Akinoshima once had, they used to say, the fiercest tachiai charge in the business, but he hasn't got much of one now. Well, he won that one, and that gave him 4 wins. And Daizen helped him by charging out a little bit too freely. So 4th win there for Akinoshima. If he'd lost that one, it would have been Makikoshi for him. His previous basho only had 3 wins, so he's on a bit of a downward slope, and Daizen gets his 6th loss. Now Kyokutenho, who we thought hurt his groin yesterday when he did the splits as he went out of the ring. Well, he seems to be all right, pushing hard, almost lost it there. Well, he goes from a push to a pull down. So Kyokutenho gets that one with hatakikomi. Well, the elders of sumo don't like these pushes and pull type wins. They prefer belt sumo. So that was 7th win for Kyokutenho. So he's not doing too badly. Got a few days left to get 8 wins or more. Now Shimotori fights Takanonami. These two have never fought before. Shimotori, a newcomer. This is only his 3rd Makuuchi Basho. Takanonami's been in this top division for 11 years. But Shimotori gets both arms on the inside there. But it's Takanonami who steps out by the look of it. Yorikiri win there for Shimotori. So most of the wrestlers go for this morozashi, 2 hands inside the opposing wrestler's hold, especially when they're fighting Takanonami. He uses his height, takes 2 arms over the top and locks round and under in the kime hold, as it's known. And he's usually pretty effective at that. But there, Shimotori kept him rocking and rolling, kept him off balance and nudged him over the edge. 7th win for Shimotori. Now we have Toki, and with a bright orange, you can call it that, red I suppose, Moashi. And he's obviously a great one for slapping the Moashi. Fighting Tochisakae, who he's fought twice and beaten twice. So Tochisakae comes out there and pushes. Toki tries the slap down, or the pull down if you like. They look very similar when it's done fast, but it's Toki who touches out first. Tochisakae gets that victory, 6-1 for him. Doing too badly, and it was the 5th loss for Toki. Now Takanowaka, well, they say in the sumo that he does a lot of weight training, but I must say, looking at him, it doesn't look that as if he's doing a lot of weights. Japanese don't like weights, weight trained bodies. They say they get hard, they've got less spring, and they're less supple. Well, maybe they should tell that to Chiyotaikai. And I think the great Chiyonafuji, he looked as though he had an incredibly weight-trained body. Well, Takanowaka wins that one. That's his 5th win. It was the 8th loss for Aminishiki, his opponent, and that's Makikoshi. Now, 2 wrestlers now have both got exactly the same results so far. 1 win apiece and 9 losses apiece. They fought 5 times previously. Kyokushuzans took 3 of those encounters. So Kyokushuzan goes straight for the throat. Otsukasa trying to knock the arms off. Tries to pull down on the back of the head. Kyokushuzan slides back, uses his legs to stop against the edge of the circle. Finally looks like they're going for the belt, but no, it's Otsukasa who gets a grip on his left arm, or gets a grip with his left arm and pulls Kyokushuzan down. So tsukiotoshi, thrust drop technique there for Otsukasa to gain his 2nd win. One-time amateur champion Tochino Nara, man who took 6 national titles when he was an amateur sumo guy. Came into pro sumo in 1996 in the Makishita rankings, and then shot up to Makuuchi within a year in 1997. So quick rise for him. Takami Sakari in there with his fast jerky movements, and he takes it, wraps his arms round and tilts Tochino Nara to one side. And that topples him, so 7th win for Takami Sakari. Watch that one again. So he almost gets sidestepped there at the beginning, but he recovers very quickly, wraps his arms round, as you can see, both on the inside there, and then he bends him over to one side, leans on him a bit, make sure he doesn't touch down before the other. As both wrestlers fall to the ground, they like to keep their arms and legs out of the way. They prefer to fall flat on their faces and put an arm down. So here we have another Fusensho win by default. So this was Katonowaka who dropped out. He hurt his knee against Kaiho yesterday when he did that kirikaishi move on him. It was quite a heavy throw. There it is. Quite sure which knee went there. It looked sort of fairly straightforward move. So that gives the victory to Tosanowumi, and that actually makes 14 Rikishi now have dropped out of the 66 Rikishi wrestlers who make up the top two divisions, the Juryo and the Makuuchi divisions. So 14 out. It's almost getting to be a record. Well, they're falling like flies here in Nagoya. All right, next out, Aogiyama, Elegant Mountain, fights Koromitsuki. These two have fought 6 times previously. Koromitsuki's won 4 of them. Koromitsuki with only 4 wins so far. Aogiyama with only 3 wins. Aogiyama the fiercest there on the slam. The Atari whacks in harder than Koromitsuki and keeps the advantage and shoves him out. Any prize money? Yep, there it is. So Aogiyama waits for it. Now we have Kaiho. Well, he injured himself. Seems to have suffered a number of injuries. Here he's fighting Asashoryu, the Green Wolf, as he's known. Green to symbolize the green plains of Mongolia. And these two have fought 3 times. Asashoryu's won all 3 of them. And I suspect Asashoryu is just a little bit too tough for Kaiho. Kaiho's a skillful wrestler, good against the big lumbering ones, but Asashoryu is far from big and lumbering. He's small and nasty. Well, small and tough, not nasty. He's just a tough fighter. Well, Kaiho's managed to stop the initial charge, but that's the overarm grip there. Well, that's quite a demonstration of power there. Kaiho is not a pushover by any means. He's been in the Makuuchi division for 4 years or more now. And he's a small man, and he's survived against all these much bigger Rikishi. And yet, Asashoryu, who's only been in it for a year and a bit, 10 bashos or more, disposed of him there quite easily by the look of it. So that was the overarm throw, the Iwate position. Let's watch it again. Kaiho blocks the initial techiai of Asashoryu. Now they're fighting for the grips and the arm work, but there at this point Kaiho settles in. Starts to look a little bit like a stalemate, but you can see Asashoryu's right arm there on the other side, and then he starts to use that. He lifts and twists and pushes, uses his knee to assist the lift on the inside of Kaiho's leg and dumps him out. So now we have Wakano Sato, strong fighter, and Chiyotaikai. Chiyotaikai needs to win this one to keep up with Asashoryu. Wakano Sato with 8 wins and 2 losses is within reach of the Yusho. Well, there's Masashi Maru waiting for his bout. A lot of the Japanese think he falls asleep when he sits there, but he himself protests strongly. He says, the last thing I'm doing is sleeping when I'm sitting there. He said, you don't fight sumo and fall asleep either before or after. So these two have fought 9 times. Chiyotaikai's won 8 of them. But it's Wakano Sato who goes out. Chiyotaikai wins that one. And let's watch that one again. So there's the charge. And it's the initial move back that Chiyotaikai looks for. Charges out, he wants to see his opponents move backwards, and then he uses his legs to pump from behind and keep driving them out and backwards. So that was 10th win for Chiyotenzan, keeps him up with Asa Shoryu. And now the other man who needs to win. Got the same scores as Asa Shoryu and Chiyotenzan had before their two wins today, correction. So a win here will level him up. Well, these two have never fought. Hokuto Riki, newcomer, it's only his second basho. Well, he's doing rather well to be on the last bout of the day. But he's giving the Musashi Maru a hard time. He's not there for nothing. So that's the, he's pushing under the chin of the big man. Well, it looked like a moment of danger for Musashi Maru. Not a lot of respect from that newcomer to this division. But there again, he's not breaking the rules. Let's watch that one again. So it's the Nodowa attacks under the chin that upset Musashi Maru. You can see his head's been driven back and he's having a bit of a hard time handling that. And that might give some of the other wrestlers food for thought. Obviously doesn't like it very much and doesn't seem to be coping too well with it. Eventually, of course, he locks on in and then he forces Hokuto Riki over the edge. So here we have at the end of day 11, 3 men in the lead: Musashi Maru, Chiyotenzan, Asa Shoryu, all with 10 wins and 1 loss. So could well be a playoff on the last day. Well, this is the bow twirling ceremony. Concludes the day, but stay with us. We'll be back with day 12 in a moment.